Hi everyone, welcome back. It's the Louis Vuitton Princess, and today we are going to be talking about the iconic Louis Vuitton bum bag. So I don't really know what to call this video, whether I want to call it like a review or like what I'm sort of thinking for it. But basically in this video, we are going to walk through the origins of the bum bag, my thoughts on the bum bag when it first came out, me trying alternatives to the bum bag, me not really liking those alternatives, giving up on the bum bag, buying one, selling it, and rebuying it again. So first we're going to take a look at the bag. So this is the Louis Vuitton bum bag. I'm sure if you are watching this, you are probably familiar. This is without a doubt one of Louis Vuitton's most popular bags ever, I think, at this point. And for good reason. I also think it's probably one of Louis Vuitton's most rebought styles. I've never heard so many people say they bought a bag, sold it, and instantly regretted it and got it again. I've never heard as many people say that as I've heard with the Louis Vuitton bum bag. And I'm one of those people. So now we're just going to dive into the origins of the bum bag. So in some weird far away time of 2015 to 2017, fanny packs randomly made a comeback. It was weird. It was this fanny pack sling trend randomly made a comeback, and basically all of the companies were making their rendition of the fanny pack bum bag, whatever you want to call it. Coach, Gucci, Michael Kors, everybody was making a bum bag just out of nowhere. And Louis Vuitton was right on board with that. So the Louis Vuitton bum bag came out, and again, I always say, don't quote me on numbers, but I remember the Louis Vuitton bum bags being around 1,500 to 1,800 when they first came out. I don't remember exactly how much they were, but it's they were under 2K, that I know. And so if you're somebody who's watching this video in the present and you're under 2K, yes, because now in the current market, bum bags on average go for I'd say the lowest I see is around 2,300 and the highest I see is over 3,000. So they are very, very, very pricey now. Way over what they were back then. So when the bum bag first came out, I absolutely hated it. I thought it was hideous and disgusting. Why are people trying to bring fanny packs back? And I think a lot of people kind of had that reaction initially. Why are we bringing fanny packs back? We've already been here, done that. We survived the 80s. Do we really need to do this again? That was sort of my thought. And I essentially thought that the bum bag was going to be a short-lived craze, a short-lived fad. It was going to come and go, and I honestly couldn't have been more wrong about that. So I hated the bum bag. So then I decided I wanted to sort of try out the style, because I was well, everybody can't be just buying these bags if, the style sucks. So I want to try it out, but I didn't want to pay the amount of money that the Louis Vuitton bum bag cost. So instead I went with the Louis Vuitton Geronimos. So Louis Vuitton has actually made sling slash waist bags, fanny packs before, and the Geronimos is one of the most popular renditions of that. So I said, okay, I'll try that. That one people wear most commonly as a sling. I brought that one, tried it. It really wasn't for me. The problem with the Geronimos for me is that it's kind of just a rectangle, and it fits like this across your chest, and the zipper opens like this. It's really weird. It's just not functional. It has a nylon strap. There's no buckle. There's just a lot functionally wrong with the Geronimos, and it makes it really weird to use and handle. So I kind of just got sick of that. I ended up selling the Geronimos. And so then basically I just kind of gave up on the bum bag. The bum bag craze also kind of died down in that era. I'd say in the early 2020 to late 2019, the bum bag craze kind of died down a bit. And, you know, we saw other crazes that came and went too. And the bum bag craze has recently resurfaced in these sort of modern eras. And I honestly kind of wonder if the pandemic had something to do with that, when, like, you know, I kind of saw the bum bag like regain popularity was kind of like in the early beginning stages of the end of the pandemic, when people were going outside again. But on the same note, I feel like people were still trying to be like traveling light, being hands-free, you know, that sort of thing. So I kind of wonder if that was something that played a role in the bum bag resurging in popularity. It became worn by influencers everywhere. Like, I don't even know. There was an era where if you ever saw an influencer, they had the Louis Vuitton bum bag on their chest. Like, that's just what it was. And it became very popular overnight. So again, I didn't really care for the bum bag. And then just one day I kind of woke up and decided I wanted one. I don't know why. I guess because I saw the functionality of having a large, like, cute Louis Vuitton sling bag. I actually purchased the Lululemon like bum bag sling bag, and it's actually one of my most worn bags. I have all of these bags, and so many people say, like, you have all these bags, do you actually wear them all? And the thing is, I do. Like, I definitely wear them all, like, over the course of a year. But, you know, it's very different between if I'm doing things and going places versus if I'm just running out the house. And if I'm just running out the house, you know, I'm not taking any of these to run out, like, to the store really quick. I'm just gonna put on my Lululemon and go about my business. So I originally got the Lululemon sling bag, and I really liked it. I was like, wow, like, this is so functional. This is so easy. This is great. And so I think that's kind of what pushed me to want the Louis Vuitton bum bag, less about the visuals and more about the functionality. So at this point, I decided to start looking on the market for the Louis Vuitton bum bag. And because it was not a bag I had really had much interest in previously, I was completely out of touch with the market, and I was floored. I was not made aware, you know, like, nobody told me that the bum bags now and this era were going for like $2,500 to $3K. Nobody told me that. So I was a little put off with that. And so, you know, in came my search for finding a cheap bum bag. You know, as you guys know, I'm a deal hunter. That's what I do. If I want a bag, I buy it. And if I buy it at the price I want. So many people ask me how I get good deals, and I say it all the time. It's literally that I just don't buy stuff unless it's the price that I want it to be. It's just that simple. Sometimes that means it takes me longer to acquire certain things, but it's like, at the end of the day, I know I paid the price I wanted to pay for it. And for the bum bag, I absolutely did not want to pay over $2K for it. The main reason why is because it is prone to a lot of defects and issues. The primary defect with the bum bag is cracking, and you typically see that cracking here on this region where this kind of like fold is on the front and back and front and back. And you also usually see cracking on this front lip. This one does not have any cracking. This is the second bum bag I've had, but the first bum bag I had cracking in all those areas, and it even had cracking on the top. Like, there was a lot of cracking going on. But anyways, diving into that first bum bag. So at this point, I was like, okay, I'm thinking I want a bum bag. I'm not paying $2K. So really, I just need to get my hands on a bum bag. Like, I need to see, like, what I think about it. So I start looking at my sites that I usually, like, just peruse regularly. And, you know, I'm a big believer in manifestation. Like, I'm a big believer in you can manifest anything, basically. And so I honestly manifested a cheap bum bag. Like, I had just been sitting there for maybe 2 days. Like, my whole search maybe took 2 days. Like, I need a cheap bum bag. I need a cheap bum bag. I go into one of my sites just like haphazardly, like I do throughout the day, and, you know, had a minute of downtime, refresh, and boom, there's a bum bag. and it's cheap. So I brought the first bum bag, and it was $1,200, which is basically astronomical for a Louis Vuitton bum bag, even one that's in bad condition now, just because of how much they sell for. So I was like, okay, this is great. This is like a trial bum bag. So the pictures didn't show a lot of the damage that it had, and so I thought I had just gotten a really good score. But I I was frugal with myself. I was like, okay, if they're selling it for this cheap and this market, it probably has a lot of issues that they're just intentionally not showing. That was exactly the case. So again, when I got the bum bag, and again, this is not that one, this is a different one. Like I said, it cracks like all over here, all over here, all over here. There were stains on the inside. There was just like a lot going on with it. Like, I have no clue what that person was doing with the bum bag, to be honest. But it's like, I paid something like $1 to $2 grand under market, so I wasn't really super pressed. There was a whole saga with dealing with that person, but I'm not gonna go into all that because it's not really relevant. So I got the bum bag. I was actually scheduled to go on vacation. I took the bum bag on vacation, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna wear this bag on vacation and basically like see what I think about it and see if I like it. Like, this is a really good time to try it out. So I wore the bag on vacation, and I absolutely loved it. Like, I loved it. The functionality was unmatched. And so I was like, okay, like, I just love this bag. So to get into some of this functionality, one of the things that this bag has is it has an outer back pocket. And for even the people who have been following me since the very beginning, you guys know that I love an outer back pocket. Like, I love just having a little pocket that I can slip my phone in, slip my wallet in as like I'm going throughout the day. Love that. It has a handle. Again, there's so many great ergonomics with the Louis Vuitton bum bag. Love the handle. Next, it actually has an adjustable buckle waist strap, which I loved. Again, all the other Louis Vuitton bum bag styles, they do not actually have an adjustable buckle. They have some sort of weird nylon thing. So the adjustable buckle is great. This, I would say, is semi plus size friendly. Again, I'm always cautious when I say that in my videos, because it's like, I understand plus size is sort of it's a it's a relative term. I use plus size just because based off of clothing I'm considered plus size, but I understand not everybody considers a size like 16 as being plus size. But it's like, the bag does fit nicely for me around my waist. It does fit nice around my waist as a size 16. I'm able to make adjustments here. So that's a really great aspect about the bag. And I mostly wear it as a sling. And so as you guys can see, it does fit nicely like across the chest here. I would definitely say that the sling format of the bag might not be as plus size friendly. For me, it fits very comfortably going across here, but if you're somebody who, maybe is a little bit larger, it might not fit as comfortable. It's also, it's semi big chest friendly. Like, I have a sort of bigger chest, and it does fit well on me. I personally like this fit a lot, but I definitely think if you have a bigger chest than this, regardless of your clothing size, it might be a little bit tight. One good thing to keep in mind with these is because it has this adjustable buckle strap here, you can actually find on the secondhand market Louis Vuitton extenders, or even if you just go on Amazon or something, you can find buckle strap extenders. So if for some reason like the sizing is just really not working for you, like you need more space, you can absolutely go and buy one of those extenders and have more space. So I say it's like not necessarily like plus friendly, it's on the border, but it's like, if you really want the bum bag and you're worried about how it's going to fit on you, you can always go buy one of those extenders and you should be fine. So this is my pillow. I have a bum bag storage pillow. And so this is the inside of the bum bag. There isn't like a ton going on. There's no pockets or anything. It's just like an open little area. So anyways, so then at that point I was like, okay, I like the Louis Vuitton bum bag and it's a style I want. Well, then I chickened out at some point later on and I was like, I don't know, like, I feel like I like it. I don't know if I like it. I'm unsure. And I ended up coming across something that I liked more. That something I think was my multicolor Speedy 40, which is down here. And I was like, I don't know. I feel like I've come across something that I like more. Perhaps the bum bag, like it's cute, but I like that more. So I'm going to sell it and get that. So I brought the bum bag for $1,200. I sold it for, I think, $1,570, like something like that. So I made like a little profit off of it, which was great. But still $1,570 was a very good price, even for the bag having the wear that it had. Amazing price. I remember I had like so many people who wanted to buy it because everybody wanted a bum bag that was under retail, which is unheard of. And believe it or not, there are people, there are people who are selling like super beat up, like beat into the ground. They're even on Fashion File, like beat into the ground bum bags for $4K and $3K. So $1,500 was a very fair price for one that had a little damage. Got my Speedy 40, whatever, moved on. And then I don't know, like I feel like I saw a picture of somebody wearing the bum bag as a sling again, and I wore my Lululemon bum bag, and then I was like, crap, I messed up. I did exactly what everybody else does. I had the bum bag in my grasp and I sold it. So I ended up going and buying this bum bag. I brought it from a seller who I love very dearly, and I've purchased quite a few items from her over the years. She had a couple of these in really good condition, so I ended up buying this one from her, and I was able to get this one for very, very cheap. It's like, I can't remember how much exactly I paid for that one. It was very cheap. But basically, when I did the math between how much I brought the original one for, how much I sold it for, and how much I paid for this one, I ended up getting this bum bag for like, I want to say like $1,500 or something. Like I ended up getting it for like a very cheap price after I did like all of that exchanging out, and I was very happy with that one. I got this one because this one actually had a really strong like cigarette smoke smell, so that's why she was selling that one for really cheap. But I was not worried about that. So if you have a bag that's stinky, whether it's cigarettes, just like funk, mildew, whatever, remember that over at Shop LB Princess, we are getting ready to start doing professional handbag deodorizing. So I was like, well, this is great. I'm gonna get a bag for a cheap price, and this is a service that I'm planning on rolling out anyways, so why don't I try it out on myself first? So we're starting to do the professional handbag deodorizing, starting with some of my purchases, so I wasn't worried about it at all. I'm gonna get this bag for a steal, and yeah, it's stinky, but after I think like one treatment, it's completely good to go and ready to go, completely non-invasive, don't have to worry about any damages or anything. So if you're interested in getting your stinky bags treated, make sure you stop by Shop LV Princess and we can chat about more about how that process works. And all in all, I've come to